All right, y'all. We are finally gonna get into this interview that we have all been seeing, like the clips, you know what I'm saying? Like in the compilation videos or whatever, the infamous "Are you a virgin?" question from OPRAH. So this is Michael Jackson full Oprah interview. So yeah, 1993. I was only 3 years old, but yeah. We're just gonna hop straight into this video, guys, so let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Jackson. Well, how nervous are you right now?
How what?
How nervous are you right now?
Why are you asking him that off the rip?
I'm not
What you about to
nervous at all,
say?
actually.
You really aren't?
No, I never get nervous.
You don't?
No.
No, not even
Nervous
for your
about what?
first interview and it's live around the world? I thought you'd be a little nervous, but that's great, because if you're not nervous, I won't be nervous. I just wanted to let the world know that...
I'm gonna be honest, I'm defensive already. Let me relax.
When we agreed to do this interview, you said that you would be willing to talk to me about everything, and we haven't discussed one single question that's going to be asked here tonight. Just wanted to make that right.
That's very true.
Very true. When we were watching, I was watching you in the background there, watching the video of you in the early years. Did that bring back memories for you?
It made me giggle.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen that footage in a long time.
Yeah.
And it bring back memories, yes. Me and my brothers, who I love dearly.
Yeah.
And it's just a wonderful moment for me.
Yeah. I saw you laugh when you saw yourself singing "Baby, Baby, Baby."
Yeah, because James Brown, I think James Brown is a genius, you know. When he's with the Famous Flames, just unbelievable. And I used to watch him on television. And I used to get angry at the cameraman, because whenever he would really start to dance, they would be on a close-up and I couldn't see his feet. So I would throw things, I'd be angry. I said, show him, so I could watch and learn.
So he was a big mentor for you,
Phenomenal,
obviously. Yeah.
phenomenal.
Yeah, and who else was?
Jackie Wilson.
James did
who I
have
adore
crazy
as an
footwork.
entertainer. And of course, music, Motown, the Bee Gees, who are brilliant. I just love great music.
So when I look at those tapes of you, and heaven knows that putting this together, I think I've seen every piece of video ever done of you, and watching those tapes, when, especially in the younger years, you seem to really come alive on stage. There's something going on with you when you were a little boy on stage. Were you as happy off stage as you appeared to be on stage?
Well, on stage for me was home. I was most comfortable, and still most comfortable, on stage. But once I got off stage, I was like very sad.
Really?
Yes.
And sad from the beginning? Sad since it first started, since the fame?
Lonely, sad, having to face with popularity and all of that. There were times when I had great times with my brothers, pillow fights and things, but I used to always cry from loneliness.
You did?
Yes.
Beginning at what age?
Oh, very little. 8, 9.
When you all first became famous?
Yes.
So it wasn't what it appeared to be to the rest of the world, all of us. I remember I was a little black child, wanted to marry Jackie Jackson, your brother. So, I mean, to all of us, we thought this was the most wonderful thing in the world. Who wouldn't have wanted that life?
It is wonderful, and there is a lot of wonderment in being famous. I mean, you travel the world, and you see things, you meet people, you go places. It's great, but then there's the other side. There's, which I'm not complaining, there's lots of rehearsal, and you have to put a lot of your time, give of yourself a lot.
Do you feel, I talked to Suzanne DePass the other day, and Suzanne DePass worked with you all for a long time at Motown, and really groomed you all and found the outfits for the Ed Sullivan Show. And Suzanne had some interesting theories about your childhood. We talked about whether or not it was really lost. Was it?
Well, especially now, I come to realize, and then I would do my schooling, which was 3 hours with a tutor. Then right after that, you know, I'd go to the recording studio and record, and I'd record for hours and hours till it's time to go to sleep. So it'd be nighttime. And I remember going to the recording studio. There was a park across the street, and I'd see all the children playing, and they'd be rooting and making noise, and I would cry. It'd make me sad that I would have to go and work instead.
Yeah.
I wanted to go to this, to hear what Suzanne had to say about your childhood.
Sure.
And we're going to look at some pictures of you as a little boy.
Okay. Well, you don't get to do things that other children get to do. You know, the simple things that they so much take for granted. Having friends and slumber parties and buddies and just hanging out. There was none of that for me. I didn't have any friends when I was little. My brothers were my friends.
Was there ever a place where, because, you know, children, you know, I remember playing games and talking to myself and playing with my dolls and all that. Was there, and I think every child needs a place to escape into a child's world, into a child's imagination. Was there ever a time you could do that?
No, and that is why I think now, because I didn't have it then, I compensate for that.
Really?
I mean, people wonder why I always have children around, because I find the thing that I never had through them. You know, Disneyland, amusement parks, arcade games. I adore all that stuff, because when I was little, it was always work, 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 from one concert to the next. If it wasn't concert, it was the recording studio. If it wasn't that, it was TV shows or interviews or picture sessions. It was always something to do.
Did you feel, Smokey
That's
Robinson has said this about you, and so have many other people, that you were like an old soul in a little body?
When I remember hearing that all the time when I was little. They used to call me a 45-year-old midget wherever I went. I used to always hear that, and I just would hear it, and I never thought about it. Just like when some people say, when you were little and you started to sing, did you know you were that good? I said, I never thought about it. I just did it, and it came out. I never thought about it, really.
So here you were, Michael Jackson, with hits. You all had so many hits, 4 hits in a row, and you were crying because you couldn't be like other kids.
Well, I love show business, and I still love show business, but then there are times you want to play and have some fun, and that part did make me sad. I remember one time we were getting ready to go to South America, and everybody was packed up in the cars, ready to leave and go, and the plane was about to, and I hid, and I was crying while I was hiding, because I really did not want to go. I wanted to play. I did not want to go.
Wow.
Were your brothers jealous of you when you started getting all the attention?
Not that I know of, no.
You never felt a sense of jealousy?
Let me think, no.
No.
No, I think they were always happy for me that I could do certain things, you know, and but I've never felt jealousy among them, no.
Do you feel that they're jealous of you now?
I wouldn't think so. I don't think so, no.
No. What's your relationship like with your family? Are you all close still?
I love my family very much. I wish I could see them a little more often than I do. But we understand, because we're a show business family and we all work. We do have family day when we all get together. We'll pick a person's house. It might be Jermaine's house or Marlon's house or Tito's house. And everybody will come together, and we'll fellowship and love each other and talk and catch up on who's doing what, and, you know.
You all aren't all upset about LaToya and LaToya's book and the things that LaToya has said about the family?
Well, I haven't read LaToya's book. I just know I love my sister dearly. I love LaToya, and I always will. And I always see her as the happy, loving LaToya that I remember growing up with. So I couldn't completely answer on that.
Do you feel that some of the things that she's been saying are true?
I couldn't answer, Oprah. Honestly, I haven't read the book. That's the honest truth.
So let's go back to when you were growing up and feeling all of this. Well, I guess it's a sense of anguish, I guess. So there was nobody for you to play with other than your brothers. You never had slumber parties. You never.
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 No, bitch.
So
goddamn.
I'm wondering, for you, being this cute little boy that everybody adored and everybody who comes up to you, they're, you know, pulling your cheeks and how cute, and this child prodigy, really.
Like, you gonna keep asking him the shit and making him think about it? Like, no, like...
How adolescence affected you? Because I call, you know, adolescence going through that duck stage where everything's awkward, you know? And I'm wondering if, when you started to go through adolescence, having been, you know, this child superstar, did that have was that a particularly difficult time for you?
Very, very, very difficult.
Really?
Yes.
Yes.
Because I think every child star suffers through this period, because you're not the cute and charming child that you were, and you start to grow. And they want to keep you young forever and little forever.
Who's they?
The public. And, you know, nature takes its course. And
it does.
And I had pimples so badly, and it made me so shy. I used to not look at myself. I'd wash my face in the dark. I wouldn't want to look in the mirror. And my father teased me, and I just hated it. I cried every day because of it.
Your father would tease you about your pimples?
Yes, he would tell me I'm ugly.
Your father would say that?
Yes, he would. Sorry, Joseph.
Yeah. What's your relationship like with him?
I love my father, but I don't know him.
Are you angry with him for doing that? I think that's pretty cruel, actually.
Am I angry with him?
Because adolescence is hard enough without a parent telling you that you're ugly.
Yes, very difficult. Am I angry with him? Sometimes I do get angry, yes. I don't know him the way I'd like to know him. My mother's wonderful. To me, she's perfection. I just wish I could understand my father.
And so let's talk about these teen years. What is that when you started to go inside yourself? Because obviously you haven't spoken to to the world for, you know, 14 years, I think, is your last televised interview. So you went inside. You became a recluse, and that was on purpose. Was it to protect yourself?
I felt that there wasn't anything important for me to say. And those were very sad, sad years for me. And
why so sad? Because on stage we see you performing, you're getting your Grammys. Why so sad?
Oh, there's a lot of sadness about my past life and, you know, adolescence and my father and all of those things. It just made me very, very, very sad.
So he would tease you, make fun of you?
Yes.
Did he ever beat you?
Yes.
He did?
Yes.
And that was difficult to take, getting beaten and going on stage and performing?
Yes.
And why would he beat you?
Because he saw me, he wanted me to, I guess maybe, I don't know if I was his golden child or whatever it was. Some may call it a strict disciplinarian or whatever, but he was very strict, very hard, you know, very stern. And just a look would scare you, you know. And
were you scared of him?
Very frightened. There's been times when he'd come to see me and I would get sick.
Really?
I'd start to regurgitate.
As a child or as an adult?
Both.
Both.
He's never heard me say this. I'm sorry, please don't be mad at me.
Well, I mean, I suppose that everybody has to take responsibility for what they've done in life. And your father is one of those people who also has to take responsibility.
But I do love him.
Yes, I understand.
And I am forgiving.
Yes.
You know, I don't go around
But can you
with a
really
chip.
forgive? I say this on my show all the time. Can you really forgive if you haven't gotten angry? If you haven't dealt with how you really feel? I don't know if you can go from having been abused to forgiveness.
I do forgive. There's so much garbage and so much trash that's written about me that is so untrue. They're complete lies. And those are some of the things I want to talk about. The press has made up so much god-awful, horrifying stories that are completely appalling.
I know.
Completely appalling. And so far from the truth. And it's made me to realize the more often a person tell a lie, the more times you hear a lie, I mean, you begin to believe it. If it's told often enough, you start to believe it. And it's appalling the things that have been said about me, and they're completely false.
There are so many. I normally don't write questions down, but there's so many. I didn't want to forget them. First of all, I have been in this house getting lit and getting prepared for this, and I've been all over the house upstairs when you weren't looking, looking for that oxygen chamber. I cannot find the oxygen chamber anywhere in the house.
That story is so crazy. I mean, it's one of those tabloid things. It was completely made up.
Girl,
Okay, but
there
you are in
guard
something
dogs.
there. There's a picture of you.
Well,
Where did that come from? How did it get started?
I did a commercial for Pepsi, and I was burned very badly. And we settled for like it was $1 million, and I gave all the money. We built this place called the Michael Jackson Burn Center, and that's a piece of technology that's used for burn victims, right? So I'm looking at the piece of technology, I'm touching it, feeling it, and decide to just go inside of it just to hammer around. Somebody takes a picture. When they process the picture, the person who processes the picture say, oh, Michael Jackson, he made a copy. These pictures went all over the world with this lie attached to it. It's a complete lie. Why do people buy these papers and it's not the truth? And I'm here to say, you know, do not judge a person. Do not pass judgment on anyone unless you have talked to them one-on-one. I don't care what the story is. Do not judge them because it's a lie.
But that story,
You know what's weird to me? I don't understand why he received all this weird fucking hate. We got celebrities today who do the weirdest fucking shit and they get away with it, and we don't see nothing in the tabloids about the weird shit that they do. This man ain't bothered nobody, and yet we get all this weird shit put onto him. That's just crazy to me.
you're right. That story, it was like it had legs.
It's crazy.
It is.
Why would I want to sleep in a chamber?
Well, the rumor was that you were sleeping in the chamber because you didn't want to grow old, and that was
stupid. It's stupid. It's completely made up, and I'm embarrassed. I'm willing to forgive the press and forgive anybody. You know, I was taught to love and to forgive, which I do have in my heart. But please, don't believe these crazy, horrifying
Okay, let's go down the
things.
list. Did you buy the
Why-
Elephant Man
don't cut 'em off.
phones when you
No,
were trying to get them?
that's another stupid story.
Uh-huh.
I love the story of the Elephant Man. It reminds me of me a lot. You know, I could relate to it. It made me cry because I saw myself in the story. But no, I never asked for the Elephant Man. Where am I going to put some bones?
I don't know.
And why would I want a pair of bones?
I don't know. So
But-
where did that come from?
Someone makes it up and everybody believes it. If you hear a lie often enough, you hear it enough, you start to believe it.
Yes, and people make money selling
Yeah.
tabloids. All right. Just recently there was a story, and I know one of your attorneys held a news conference. There was a story about you wanting to have a little white boy play you in a Pepsi commercial.
That is so stupid. That's the most ridiculous, horrifying story I've ever heard. It's crazy. I mean, why? Number one, it's my face as a child in the commercial. Me when I was little. Why would I want a white child to play me? I'm a black American. I'm proud to be a black American. I am proud of my race. I am proud of who I am. I have a lot of pride in who I am and dignity. That's like you wanting an Oriental person to play you as a child. Does that make
This is
sense?
his voice.
No.
So please, people, stop believing these
Okay, Michael,
horrifying
then
stories.
let's go to the thing that is most discussed about you.
One thing too I wanted to speak on is like how his father was not like emotionally there for him. I'm surprised that Michael does not suffer from emotional detachment, because as you can see, like, he is still very loving. He still loves his father or whatever. He still shows love to his fans and his family and his children. I'm really surprised that he does not, you know, have, because that is actually a thing when your parents do not like show you any type of like love and affection, emotions, when you're sad or you got something going on and your parent does not respond to that. That can really affect the person as they get older, when they get into relationships or whatever, and they get with someone and they see that their partner is sad and they don't respond to that because their parent didn't respond to their outcries as a kid. That can really affect the person. And I'm really surprised that that has not affected Michael, because his father was really fucking harsh, really like emotionally neglectful. You know what I'm saying? He called him ugly when he was basically going through puberty, and you know, the acne started to kick in or whatever. That's really fucked up, and I'm really surprised that, you know what I'm saying, Michael was still like compassionate and loving. But yeah, y'all, that is going to be part 1 of this video. If you guys enjoyed my reaction so far, please make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in my next reaction video.